guys, so today I have swatches of the Essie Neon collection for this year. Essie always comes out with a summer collection and then a separate neon collection. None of them are ever really that neon, but I do have swatches today. These were sent from livelovepolish.com, so I will link them down below. There are 6 polishes in this collection, so I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Groove is in the Heart, and this is a light baby pink. It's almost like it has a little bit of a peachy tone to it. So the closest Essie I could find to Groove is in the Heart is Back in the Limo from the winter collection. It's really not that close at all. I thought I had one closer to this and I might have overlooked it, but I couldn't find anything super similar. So here is one coat. This one actually covers pretty well on the first coat. Which is not really what I was expecting. It is still pretty streaky, so it will need a second. The formula on this is a little bit on the runny side as well. I'm having to wipe the excess off my brush quite a few times. So there is one coat. So here is 2 coats. This one covers pretty well on the second coat. There are still some dark spots if you overwork it. I'm trying to do a thick enough coat that I don't have the dark spots, but not so thick that it runs everywhere, and it's kind of difficult. This is pretty opaque for something that is a little bit more jelly-like, but it's not the easiest thing to work with beyond the first coat. So there is 2 coats of Groove is in the Heart. The next polish is called Vibrant Vibes, and this is a light yellowy green. The closest dupe I have to this one is Vice Versa, which is from the Neon collection last year. You can see it's pretty much the same tone, just a bit darker. So here is one coat. So this one is a bit sheer and a bit patchy. It is more of a jelly consistency. The Essie Neon collections are pretty consistently jelly-ish and not very neon. The formula on this though is pretty good. It doesn't want to go on super thick and it doesn't want to run like the last one did. So there is one coat. So here is 2 coats. This one covers pretty well on the second coat, but it is still a little bit streaky and a little bit sheer. This does dry matte as well, so you will want a good top coat with it, but that also makes it dry a little bit faster. So there is 2 coats. So here is 3 coats. This one does cover completely in 3 coats. Again, it was close on 2, and I think a lot of people would probably be fine with the way it looked on 2, but I still had some spots I wanted to cover. So there is 3 coats of Vibrant Vibes. The next polish is called Coacha'Bella, and this is a medium kind of pinky purple. This does come off a little bit more purple on camera than it is in person. This one is almost an exact dupe for Too Taboo, which came out in the Neon collection last year. Too Taboo has just a little bit more pink in it. It's a little bit lighter, but it's not by much. I think they're going to be pretty much identical. So here's one coat. This one is nearly opaque in one coat, but there is a little bit of streakiness, so I'm going to do a second. The formula on this is smooth and easy to apply. It does want to run down the sides of my nail a little bit, and I do get way too much on the brush with one dip in, so I end up having to wipe a lot back into the bottle. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one does cover completely in 2 coats. It dries to kind of a semi-matte, almost rubberized finish. I like these colors. I just wish that they were actual neons, but Essie's Neon collection, I don't think I've ever seen a neon in an Essie Neon collection, at least since I started paying attention. So it doesn't come as a huge surprise to me. So there is 2 coats of Coacha'Bella. The next polish is a darker teal, and this is called Melody Maker. This one, this is Ruffles and Feathers. This is from the summer collection last year. It's quite a bit more green. And this is Garden Variety. This is from the spring collection this year. Again, a little bit more blue, not quite dupes. So here's one coat. This one covers pretty well on the first coat as well. You can still see through it a little bit, but it is only going to need 2. The formula on this one is similar to the other one where it does want to run a little bit. It's still very smooth, but I do get a little too much on my brush as well. This one feels a tiny bit thinner than Coacha'Bella, however. Everything else is the same. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2 coats. Again, a little bit thinner of a formula. It might run on you if your coats are too thick, and you do have to really take care to thin out the coats both on your nail and thin out the polish on the brush by putting it back to the edge of the bottle and swiping it off, because you do get a lot of polish on your brush. So there is 2 coats of Melody Maker. The next polish is called Make Some Noise, and this is a vibrant medium blue. The closest dupe I have to this one is Strut Your Stuff from the summer collection last year. You can see it's a little bit lighter, a little less saturated. So here's one coat. This one also covers really well on the first coat. I can still see my nail line a little bit, so it is going to need two. Same formula, really smooth, really easy to apply, but a little bit thin and wants to run just a little bit. Not sure if you can hear that thunder, but we're supposed to have this like crazy storm any second now. So there is one coat. So here is two coats. This one covers completely in two. This one feels, I mean, they all kind of have the feel to them, but this one looks and feels a little bit more like acrylic. They all have a bit more of a squishy appearance than just a straight up cream would though. So there is two coats of Make Some Noise. And while I didn't have this one on very long, it was starting to fully dry around my cuticles, and I do have a bit of blue staining. And the last polish is called All Access Pass, and this is a darker bluey purple. So the closest dupes I have for this one, this is Pret a Surfer. This is from the summer collection this year, not super close. Sorry, my fingerprints are like all over all these bottles. And the other one is Sweet Retreat from the Resort collection this year. Again, not quite as blue and a little bit less saturated. So here's one coat. This one covers pretty well in the first coat. It's a bit more sheer than some of the other ones. It is running down the brush and going on very thickly. Keep trying to wipe it off, but it just keeps running down the brush. It's difficult to apply this one thinly. The formula on this one is pretty good. It's a little bit thicker than some of the other ones, so it doesn't apply as smoothly. It takes a little bit more work, but it does still want to run down the sides of my nail. Not as bad as the other ones because it is thicker, but it is still trying to. So there is one coat. So here's two coats. This one covers completely in two coats, even though it is a bit sheer, a little bit splatchy, a little bit streaky. On the first coat, it does even out pretty well in the second. Again, most of these come off as a little bit more jelly-ish. They look a little bit more squishy than a normal cream polish would. So there is two coats of All Access Pass. So my favorite is going to have to be Vibrant Vibes. It's not the most unique color, especially from Essie. However, this has one of the better formulas of any other polish in this color that I've tried. Usually these kind of polishes are very, very thin and sheer and streaky and difficult to work with. This one was actually pretty easy, and for that, it definitely gets a spot in my favorite. So that is the Essie Neon collection for 2015. Again, I got these from Live Love Polish, who I will link down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.